Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
We are from sixth group and we will review academic journal of Fifit Rizkiani and Faza Lutfiana with the title Darkness of Love as Portrayed in Ernest Hemingway's Hills Like White Elephant. So I will start with the background or the reason why the researcher write this journal. So the researcher tried to analyze message that is delivered by Ernest Hemingway and investigate how Ernest Hemingway portrays darkness of love through his work Hills Like White Elephant. As the title, this journal explains how Ernest Hemingway described darkness of love in his work entitled Hills Like White Elephant. Quoting from Lucan's 1999, the researcher stated that literature not only focuses on entertainment but also focuses on delivering moral value. From this statement, we can conclude that literature has a deep message to the reader. Most of authors of literary works spread out their true story through their works, and one of them is Ernest Hemingway. Ernest was a reporter during Civil War in Spain, and this experience became the background for his most literary works. As mentioned before, the literary works has its message or moral value. That's why the researcher tried to analyze what message was conveyed by Ernest Hemingway and how he portrays darkness of love in his work entitled Hills Like White Elephant, which is currently still related to his true story. The next explanation is about the reason.
Okay, the reason why our group chose this research journal because first, the theme discussed by the researcher is very interesting, which is about the darkness of love. The writer portrays the darkness of love through literary works, which is caused by forbidden love. Second, the researcher explains a fantasy thinking about the darkness of love from the writer. The fantasy thinking of the writer usually use figurative language because this is a tool to help readers visualize what is happening in the story. Other that figurative language is used just for an aesthetic reason. And the last, the researcher doing depth analysis descriptively. So we as the reader know all about the hidden meaning of the story that the writer makes. So this is the way of the writer actualize themselves about what happened in life, and usually the writer want to delivering moral values to the readers. Okay, next.
Okay, let's move on to the strength of this article. The first point is the researchers using two methods or theories in this journal research that are figurative language and formulaic literature. And the second point is the researchers provides an explanations or definition of each of the terms, such as the definition in each several types of figurative language. The terms there are is similar, metaphor, personification, onomatopoeia, hyperbole, idiom, and glitch. And the third point is the technique of collecting data consists of two steps. The researchers using two steps to collecting the data. The first step is examining the data by reading data from article or journals, and the second step is the researchers also note taking by relating the literary element of the story. And the last point is the researchers analyzes the sub-story completely, starting from the theme, setting, characterization, symbolism, and plot.
Okay, about the weakness, I found 3 points which are weaknesses in this journal. First, in the introduction chapter, the author focused too much on the background of Ernest Hemingway and his several other works. It is too broad for the reader to get the point of what the author will convey in this journal. The writer should explain a little about Hills like white elephants, so that the reader gets a little bit of an idea about it. The researcher also doesn't explain the meaning of darkness of love in general, even though that is the main point. The purpose of this paper is to investigate how the author describes the darkness of love through literary work. But the author doesn't explain what the darkness of love is in general. And the last, a few underline in sentence make messy writing. The underline in some sentences is a bit annoying, although it is commonplace, but it is tedious if replaced with italic. Let's move on to suggestion review by Citra.
So from this journal, we found three suggestions. The first is the researcher should do some deeper research about the meaning behind like heels like white elephants in introduction section. And the second is the researcher should explain what is darkness of love to gain the reader's understanding it is in general because the main theme is the darkness of love. And the last is it would be great if the researcher elaborated what was the something hidden which caused the darkness of love between the characters in conclusion section. And the next is conclusion by Rio.
And last is about conclusion. So from the depth analysis of the story, from its symbol and figurative language which are used in the story, it certainly shows the darkness of love which is caused by forbidden love of the girl and the man. The man strongly shows his unresponsible of the pregnancy of the girl because he wants the girl to do the operations, and he said that the operations is simple. But on the other hand, the girl seems uncertain about the abortions. From all the conversation, we can know that between the man and the girl have different perceptions about the operations of the pregnancy of the girl. And they also seem have different perceptions about their feeling of love. So it looks like something hidden in their love which caused their darkness of love. Thanks for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
Waalaikumsalam
wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
warahmatullahi
warahmatullahi
wabarakatuh.
wabarakatuh.